Hello, welcome to Mystic Moons. Hello, Chosen. To go and do a reading for the Capricorn Collective. Capricorn. And no, that was not a product placement of Ricola cough drops. But anyway, I hope my voice doesn't sound too weird with a lodge insert in it, but however, I have a little bit of a sore throat. Anyway, Capricorn, this is a reading for the Capricorn Collective. Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising, significant Capricorn energy. Maybe you have Capricorn in the first house. Maybe you have several houses, planets in Capricorn energy. Perhaps the placements in Capricorn that you have are very strongly aspected in your chart. By that way, I would say it's very tight degrees. Maybe to Capricorn, or if you're watching this reading for Capricorn energy, maybe your signature sign is Capricorn. Maybe the planets that you have, each degree of planets, they do have, what is it called? Like each degree, when they say the degree of the house or the planet, they correspond to zodiac signs as well. So maybe you could have your signs in something completely other than Capricorn, but then all the degrees of your houses could be in Capricorn energy. Something to think about. Capricorn, if you appreciate my time and energy, do let me know. Do give me a thumbs up. I don't really know what this reading will be, Capricorn. I leave these open-ended. Whatever the message is that comes out is what we'll share. I don't direct the general readings in any particular way. And Capricorn, consider too, if you feel called to, you can check out the other stuff on the channel for your collective or readings in general. Also too, Capricorn, if you like the work being done here, do consider becoming a member of Mystic Moons. If you do become a member, be sure to let me know. Thank you for the like. Do be sure to let me know your sign so I can also release astrological notes on a more frequent basis for your collective. As astrological notes, you will be given a first pass view of it, and then it'll be open to the public. So, it's a little added thing there. There are other perks as well, but just like I'm doing these readings for the collective, I think when we share the things we can do that benefit a larger group, I think that's a beautiful thing. Okay, Chi-Chi. Capricorn, I guess it's going to be one of those readings where we have my cat serenading us in the background. He's like, he knows I'm talking about him. He's talking to me to be talking about him. Come on, Chi. My little cute troll. Anyway, Capricorn, let's go on with your reading. Thank you for the like. Let's see what message is here for you. I have Emperor Capricorn together with Hierophant. My Capricorn, what strong energy. This is talking about coming into your power, Capricorn. No negotiations, Capricorn, just really strong presence and leaning into whatever your stance is, whatever your belief is. Also, too, in this energy, Capricorn, you are powerful. You're opinion, your presence makes an impact and is quite effective, does affect the area around you. One could say in this energy, Capricorn, you're coming into a power phase that you haven't exactly been able to have the influence that you're coming into now. Very strong energy, Capricorn. A surge of energy like you haven't necessarily been able to experience or to have other people consider you in the same weight that they're going to very shortly, Capricorn, or the energy that you are in right now. You're going into a power phase. A power phase precisely, Capricorn, because, well, things were difficult in this energy, I'm sure. Trying to go and work with a crowd, to go and, Capricorn, share your gifts, share your vision. But unfortunately, Capricorn, what some people consider a benefit, not all can see, not all can understand. No matter though, Capricorn, because this energy for some reason has provided the perfect platform for you to come out stronger. And as I said, Capricorn, you have influence here. We have a bunch of energies here, Capricorn. Maybe we could say the strongest energies are obviously, Aries with some Aquarius and Taurus. It's also interesting too, Capricorn, in this energy, because it feels like there's a shift happening for you, a shift that you've been a part of starting this year. Basically, as soon as your season ended, Capricorn, up to spring, Capricorn, through spring, you have some influence and some weight to go and throw around there, Capricorn. That's what my cat says. Okay, Chi-Chi. Yeah, you. Yeah. I might have to put him in his cubby. Anyway, we'll see. Emperor. Emperor is clarified. Oh, he's really talking to me. What, Chi-Chi? If you could see him, he's talking to me. He's pacing. And then he runs away on its little fast feet if he thinks I'm coming after him. He's trying to get me to engage him, which we will do soon enough with Cat. But Capricorn, let's go back to your reading. I have a Two of Cups coming up. Two of Cups is accompanied by the Star, Capricorn, and by a Queen of Cups. First of all, Capricorn, let me definitely say you are coming into a phase of leadership, coming into an age of influence. Thank you for the like. Three of Pentacles is Capricorn energy, but interesting, Capricorn. Look at this energy. You have leadership energy that you're in, influence, and people gravitate towards you, Capricorn. You can inspire a lot of ideas, Capricorn, direction in this energy. People are receptive to listening to you. People also receptive to following you. I think in this energy too, Capricorn, you speak about your dreams, you speak about your hopes, you speak about your aspirations for the future, Capricorn. And in this energy, you captivate other people to your vision of what could be and your vision of what you're working for, your vision of what you believe in, Capricorn. Very influential energy. Very positive energy. Interesting. Capricorn, besides Aries energy, we have significant not Capricorn, excuse me. We have significant Cancerian energy here with a Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, and also Star. Capricorn, if you have Aquarian placements, I'm going to say that Aquarian placements that you have in your natal chart, that's going to be precisely where you outshine, although I don't really like using comparative words, but this is definitely where you shine and pull other people in. That Capricorn is like your superpower right now. Although superpower feels like it's something that you exert, and Capricorn, this is more like something you're emitting naturally. Like breathing, Capricorn. Something innate about you, we can even say the magic about you is going to, if you have Aquarian placements, is based around your Aquarian placements. Take a look, Capricorn, and see if you have Aquarian energy in your chart, because that's definitely going to be a magnet for you. Also, too, Capricorn, if you have Cancerian energy. You know, Cancerian energy, Capricorn, is where you're going to hit people on almost a gut level, Capricorn. You know, logic is not really going to make or have the biggest sway of influence here, Capricorn. What is going to have the biggest sway of influence is how you treat people, how you recognize people, how you handle people. At least, Capricorn, at the beginning, or at least, Capricorn, in the public sphere, in a general sphere, in a casual type of sphere, even though we do have Emperor energy, that does imply some formality, some leadership, some hierarchy, but it still is talking about coming together. You could also, Capricorn, be dealing with somebody with significant Aries energy. If they do have Aries energy, I would be highly surprised if that Aries energy was in a passive spot. I would expect that Aries energy to be in a very active spot. First house energy, rising energy, Mars, Pluto, Mercury, very direct energy, outward energy, not really internal energy. Like, for instance, Moon, 12th house. Let's say Moon in 12th house were placements, Capricorn, that influenced people how to act. And of course, you could be dealing with people with the Cancerian and Aquarian placements as well. Anyway, very interesting energy there. Oops, did I fold that back? I didn't mean to. Let me bring back the Emperor real quick. Capricorn. Where did it go? One moment, Capricorn. We know it was an Emperor, but I was about to clarify the other cards. Sometimes it happens so automatic for me. Capricorn, let's take a look at Two of Cups. Thank you for the like. Two of Cups, Capricorn. One could also say in this energy, Capricorn, what you are about to develop will come into some significant concreteness, some significant reality building, Capricorn, come summer. Also, too, if we were going to be talking about timing, it's just a message that's here, and therefore I'm throwing that out there, especially as we're reading for the collective. Okay, Chi-Chi. You know, he meows anyway between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. So this is pretty much typical for him in the first place. 10 of Pentacles. The World. Actually, I do think I'm going to put him in his cubby. I'll be back in a second. Okay. You know, it wouldn't be a Mystic Moons reading without lots of meows in the background. Now I just hear grunts. I don't know if you can hear that too. So Capricorn, I have a 2 of Cups accompanied by 10 of Pentacles, World, or clarified rather, and a Knight of Pentacles. Strong earth energy here. Interesting. There's a couple messages going on here, Capricorn. They're really positive messages too. Capricorn, what kind of roots have you established so far, thus far in your life? We're talking about a deepening of the positive connections to go forward with your life, Capricorn. So depending upon what stage of life that you're in, Capricorn, for instance, if you already have a family, if you also already have a family, Capricorn, or excuse me, let me say it this way, Capricorn. If you're single, Capricorn, but you're still involved with your family unit, in this energy, Capricorn, it's like you yourself are finding partnership because of your family connections, because of that home base. For the single Capricorns, I definitely see I see family here. I see legacy. I see planning out your future in the direction that's there. I see you making partnerships, Capricorn, that enable you, facilitate you to live the type of life, Capricorn, you imagine. Also, too, under the Emperor, Capricorn, sharing in the type of vision that you have for life. What you value is quality, Capricorn. I see other people or a specific person, Capricorn. I have partnership at its highest level, Capricorn. So this could be an individual, but this is also Capricorn, regardless if it starts off with one person, it soon, Capricorn, forms a collective. Could also be through beating a collective, Capricorn. You find your person, you find people who are especially close to you. So this energy is really, really interesting, really, really positive. Capricorn, if we were going to be talking about business, these are people who are investing in you, but that's the same, Capricorn. I feel is what I was saying before about a family, because these are people that how you want to expand and where you want to grow, Capricorn, others are sharing that. I feel like there's another disturbance going on. Another cat disturbance. But it's nothing that serious, Capricorn. It's my Siamese girl. She's very old, Capricorn. She's over 15. And whenever she doesn't like anything, she growls and hisses quite a bit. Looks like a little doll. Sounds like a Spitfire. She's boss. Anyway, yeah, Capricorn, this is really beautiful energy, a really beautiful 2 of Cups that I haven't seen in a while. Capricorn, let me go and take a look at the other cards. And then come back to this because this Two of Cups is really significant. It marks a turning point. It also marks an evolution. It marks the deepening of the positive connections. It marks really, too, Capricorn, support for where you want to go and the people who will support you in that, the people who believe in you. I don't know. It's very beautiful energy. The star gets a 5 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and a 4 of Pentacles, which is Capricorn energy. We're talking a little bit here, Capricorn, about independent energy. Capricorn, what is it right now that you believe in? You have always believed in, Capricorn, even if the people around you haven't necessarily shared the same sort of enthusiasm for your goals, your plans, your life path, Capricorn. It also talks about, too, Capricorn, the things that you consider significant, the things, Capricorn, that you have gained and earned. Not necessarily up to this point, Capricorn, receiving recognition for it as you feel you should have. And Capricorn, I would say precisely the reason why that happened is because you just haven't been exactly in your element. You know, it is true, Capricorn, that when we are dealt with friction, shall we call it, we get stronger. We also see things, Capricorn, when we're in let's say, a hostile environment that forces us to change, Capricorn, forces us to grow, forces us to think about what are different ways in which we can operate. You know, we evolve. And of course, Capricorn, I'm not saying that you need adversity to go and grow, not at all. You can grow in supportive environments. You can grow in adverse environments. But Capricorn, what I'm getting here is not so much adversity as almost like not quite the type of recognition that's deserved. And also, too, a difference in values. What you value, what someone else values, it's sort of intrinsic along that level. And Capricorn, this is asking for the things that you find important, the direction that you find important. Continue to hold fast to that, Capricorn. Just because a group may not go and see the worth of your ideas, lend their support behind the direction you want to go in, Capricorn, thus far doesn't mean that your ideas aren't valid. It also doesn't mean, Capricorn, that you're not going to go and find the supporters who will be inspired by what you want to accomplish, what you feel the need to accomplish, Capricorn, your vision. It's all about finding the right group of people, Capricorn. The right group of people, Capricorn, that support each other's dreams and lend their constructive support. And a Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, I have Justice, 8 of Cups. Somehow I didn't like that pull. And a 9 of Pentacles. You do have some Virgo energy coming up here too, Capricorn. Definitely has some strong Aries energy. Strongest is going to be Aries, Cancer, a Virgo, followed by Libra, Aquarius, Leo, Pisces, feel Aquarius energies would be like the second tier or first tier, somewhere like that. And then the Libra, Pisces, Leo trails. Anyway. It's almost like Capricorn. What you've gone through, what you've experienced has been a test, Capricorn, to your beliefs. How strongly, Capricorn, do you stay committed? Do you stay focused on the path you want, as opposed to, Capricorn, being influenced by others? How strong, Capricorn, is your belief in you and what you want to do? Capricorn, how often are you wholeheartedly, Capricorn, believing in your path regardless of the ups and downs that happen? How strong is your faith, Capricorn, in yourself and your own vision? Because this Queen of Cups energy, Capricorn, is essentially talking about any sort of validation or verification, Capricorn, first and foremost needs to come from you. That's really all that it says. Also, too, Capricorn, to be comfortable in your own company, what you value, Capricorn, just because other people can't see the value in it, shouldn't really affect you one way or the other, Capricorn. This really is talking about your own solid internal core. And constantly, Capricorn, first and foremost, even before, Capricorn, you extend yourself to others, Capricorn, regardless as a collaborator or a leader, Capricorn. First and foremost, Capricorn, make sure your core is unshakable. Make sure the direction that you want, Capricorn, is unmovable. And Capricorn, while it's always nice, of course, to go and have interaction. And I say that too, Capricorn, thinking about the energies. And follow along with me too on this, Capricorn. A lot of the energies of Capricorn energy are talking about partnership. A Two of Cups, a Two of Cups, a Two of Pentacles, a Three of Pentacles. We're all talking about collaboration, interaction, bouncing ideas off of each other, integration. It's not really solitary energy, Capricorn. Even the energy that could be seen as a little separate from the group, we're still talking about group dynamics. And before, Capricorn, you can effectively work your magic with group dynamics. Definitely the message here is first be comfortable in yourself, first seek validation or have your own internal validation, and have that be unshakable, Capricorn. High self-esteem, Capricorn. High faith, Capricorn, in what you were brought here on this planet to do. High faith, Capricorn, in living life, valuing the things that you want to value. Anyway, Capricorn, that's my message for you. As I said, right now, you are in very good energy. You can do a lot in this energy, Capricorn. You are in the energy of true power. Influence, Capricorn, is power. Ideation, Capricorn, is power. Direction, Capricorn, is power. To draw people to you, Capricorn, to listen to you, Capricorn, is power. And Capricorn, so much beautiful energy I get here as well. People, Capricorn, are going to be very receptive to you as long as, Capricorn, you focus on or you speak, Capricorn, from a place of where you want to go. Not, Capricorn, how you may think other people want to go and have you present yourself, or the ideas, Capricorn, that you know that other people value. Capricorn, now's the time to insist upon your own direction, your own visions, your own plans, your own strengths, your own goals, Capricorn, because they will inspire, Capricorn, a lot of people. Capricorn, that is my message for you. And I think that's pretty much all that I have right here. Capricorn, if you appreciate my time and energy, do let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Capricorn, if you'd like to send any love to the channel, tips and donations are always appreciated. Capricorn, do consider becoming a member of the channel. There will also be member lives that I will go and pull a question for you too. And yeah, until next time. Yes, hello, Chosen. And thank you everyone who gave the likes, and thank you as well, Marta, for the Cash App love. Noted for Greenie Cat Treats. Thank you. Well, wishing everybody a beautiful day. I'll leave this up for a little bit of time. Yes, if anybody does want a personal reading, I would recommend you email me. So you can find my email at the description of my channel, and we can go from there. Thank you.